Hey everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. So today we're going to be talking about tools. I know I've been promising you guys that I was going to do this video for some time, and I'm excited that I'm finally doing it. So first things first, before we get to the tools, one of the things that we need to talk about is gardener tools that you wear on your body. So most people think of tools as the hard pieces of metal and wood and plastic that we use to help us work the ground or do other things, but I really also think it's important to talk a little bit about what do we use for our bodies, because those are tools too. So I'm going to show you my favorite shoes. This right here is a very dirty but also pretty muck boot. These muck shoes are incredibly well insulated, and they are very waterproof as well, so I love them. I mean, they are so awesome. They also have an incredible amount of cushion in the feet, which is important for people like me who have like some arthritis in our feet and those kind of things. So they're just super cozy. They keep your feet warm and protected from all of the elements. I can wear them in the winter, I can wear them in the summer. They are fantastic. They're not boots, but I actually prefer these to boots. Sometimes I will wear boots, but only when I really think it's wet outside and I'm doing something that I think otherwise will just ruin my pants. So the next thing that I want to share with you are these gloves, and you've probably seen me wear these in several videos. These are called Hydra Hide. Hopefully you can see these Hydra Hide gloves, and I will put a link to all of the products that I talk about today in the description below. So these Hydra Hide gloves actually have insulation on the inside. It's very soft and fuzzy, and these have been my go-to for anything that I need to do as soon as the temperature drops, because my fingers get really cold. I actually have Raynaud's phenomenon, for those of you who know what that is, where the blood stops going into your fingers for some period of time when it's cold out, and so these really help to protect my hands. I love them. Also the the coverage on these that help protect from the water doesn't just end at the fingers, it actually goes all the way up to over the mid part of your hand. So super fantastic. I highly recommend them. They're about $10 on Amazon. Again, I'll put a link for those below. All right, we're going to start small and get bigger. One of the primary things that I think every gardener should have and probably walks around their yard with most of the time are secateurs. These are fantastic. I highly recommend that you get ones that are made out of, well, these are made out of high carbon steel. They are SK5 Japanese steel. And these have a nice little clasp at the bottom, and they're just the right size for anything. So these are my go-to. I don't even know what brand they are. I've had them for like 15 years and they're still working well. I just sharpen them and clean them up, you know, once a year or even less than that, and they're doing fantastic. So love those. Love to throw them in my pocket and walk around the yard with them anytime I need a clip. These are a little bit smaller. These are actually from House and Garden, and they have the little thing that keeps them from opening up at the top, so you can do it one-handed. It took me a little bit of time to get used to that, but you can see these have a much smaller opening here, so these are good for very small pruning jobs. So if I know that I'm just going to be clipping some flowers or some really small branches, I will use these. They're very similar to the other ones that I have, but like I said, they're smaller, and so I can't use them to prune like a 3/4 inch branch off of a bush or a tree. All right. Where would a gardener be without their fantastic trowel? I think it's probably the one tool that most people have a very strong preference for. This one is super dirty still, and it even still has the tag on it. I wasn't sure whether I would like it, but it was on sale. It was $10 and it was marked 40% off, so I couldn't pass it up because it looked like it was really well made, and I'd seen them before. And I have some shovels from this company that I really like. So it's by Radius and it's called the Transplanter. It does have an extra long, I don't know, scoop on it, if you will call it that. When I got it, I thought, I don't even really know how this is going to work because it's got a curved handle, but it's supposed to be ergonomic. Once I started using it, I just absolutely love it because you just push it down from the top. Instead of having to bend your hand forward like this, you push it down and then you can move your hand along as you go. So this is just super fantastic. The only thing I don't like about it is that the hole, I'm gonna have to find a string to go through this hole so I can hang it well against my wall. Right now I'm just using the little plastic thing that came on it. But yeah, so the Radius Garden Transplanter, I do like that it's actually longer than some of the other ones that I have, but a good stainless steel tool, stays clean, easier, and rusts less. Obviously this one is not that clean because I have really heavy clay where I was working in last. All right, also from Radius are two of my favorite shovels. These are the Radius Root Slayer shovels. If you've seen any of my videos with me using these, you'll know how much I love them. I got this one first. This is the perennial shovel. It's a little bit smaller, as you can see at the bottom, but it's also lighter weight. I use this all the time. This is my go-to shovel unless I have to scoop something. It's not for light, easily workable soil. If you have light, easily workable soil, just grab a regular shovel. No big deal. But I have heavy clay soil. Sometimes I run into rocks and roots, and so this just tears right through them. And this one's actually bigger, so it helps to dig bigger holes and cut through bigger roots, obviously. But it is heavier, so I only get this one out for the heavy-duty jobs like planting trees. I'm going to get up a little bit closer just so you can see. It has incredible serrated edges along both sides. And then it has this inverted V at the bottom, and it just digs right into the soil. It literally slays through things. I think I dug up maybe 2 or 3 lilac bushes with one of these, and it was incredible. You know, I mean, usually you just kind of try one thing and then you try another thing and then you use another thing. You can literally use the serrated edge to actually saw through some of the roots. So it's amazing. Highly recommend. Again, that one's by Radius Garden Company. And then this, I don't use this shovel quite as much anymore now that I have the Radius Root Slayer shovel, but I recommend everybody get one of these, you know, just little shovels, because these are great for just planting plants that you buy at the nursery around the yard into places where, you know, you need a hole that's bigger than what your trowel will do, but you don't need to worry about the soil being hard, so you can just dig right into it. These are perfect for that. Everybody should have one. Super easy to use, super light. I don't know where I got this one. It says Ames. Okay, next. Hedge clippers. These I use on my boxwood a lot. These are by Fiskars. They don't say it on it, but that's who they're from, and they are fantastic. Keep these babies sharp, and they really just clip right through. You can use them upside down like this, to clip at an angle that way, or you can use them like this to clip a nice straight line. I prefer to use them this way. Many use them the other, but I find that it's a little more ergonomic for me to do that this way. So try it, give it a shot. So if your branches are a little bit bigger than what you want to do with those boxwood trimming, or you know, just some simple pruning, I highly recommend these titanium clippers from Fiskars. They are the lightest weight clippers that I have, period. These are absolutely my go-to whenever I need to clip a branch. They're not the best for live branches because they have a flat surface on this end, in terms of, you know, if you're worried about pests or diseases or something like that getting into them, but I don't really care. I have never had any problem with that, so I just clip everything with these. Live, dead, it slices right through them. It's amazing. It has this little gear on this side, and that gear actually helps to give you leverage, so you don't have to work very hard. Yeah, these are the best. Titanium, also from Fiskars. Let's see, you can tell I like Fiskars. These are also Fiskars. These are for when I have a big, huge branch that I need to clip, but I don't feel like getting out the saw, or maybe a saw is not necessary. These have an amazing size mouth on them. Look at that. You can take a couple inches branches down with these. I have many videos where I use these to clip through new wood, old wood, and it just slices through. These definitely clip new wood better than old wood because of the bypass manner that they work. But if you keep these nice and sharp, these are amazing. Fiskars 1 5/8 inch. I would argue you can probably cut through about 2 or so inches with these. I will even use them, because I'm small, to get more power like this on the ground, and I will push against the ground. Amazing leverage. Power level. Power lever, it's called. Okay. Next, saws. This one's great. Pops right open. This is a Corona saw. It's called the razor tooth saw with pullback cutting action. Just look at the teeth on this. I had one that I accidentally left outside, not this brand, but a different one, and it got rusty, so I needed a new one. And this is razor sharp. My husband was using it when we were cutting our Christmas tree, and he's like, this is violent. And it's really amazing. I mean, for the size of the saw, you'd be surprised how quickly that this goes through anything. And I'm going to do some pruning this winter, so you'll definitely see me using this and putting it into action. Again, this one's by Corona. I also love that you can fold it up and put it in your pocket. That's always handy. Anything you can put in your pocket. All right, and last but not least, this is a present that I got for my husband. Looks really wild, kind of looks like an alien tool or something. But he likes to hand pull dandelions from our yard. So, and he just has to crouch down and bend to do them. So this, you stick it in the ground, you step on it, and it just pulls it out. I can't do it here because it's a hard surface, but it's absolutely amazing the way that this thing works. And he used it quite a bit. But we still need to do some more testing of it to see how well it works, but you don't have to bend over with it. So anyone who is older or may have back problems or things like that, it's excellent for any type of weed that has a taproot that goes way far down, because you just stick it down in there, and like I said, you step on it and it pulls it right up. So and then of course you go like this and it shucks it back out. So this just shucks it drops it on the ground for you or into your basket, wherever you want to dump it. This one is also by Fiskars. It's called the Deluxe Stand-Up Weeder. You step, you pull, and eject. So it's got all of the really difficult instructions, the 3 steps that you have to do in order to use it, but we really like it so far, and I think it's going to get put through its paces this next year. So those are all my favorite tools. Good tools are gardener's best friend, so hopefully you got some new ones in your stocking this year. If you didn't, treat yourself. You deserve it. You will get so much life out of your tools if you buy a good one. They will also make your life so much easier in the garden and more enjoyable. Well, I appreciate you guys all joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the sunshine. I know I have. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, click the like button, hit the subscribe button to join my channel, and if you'd like to get notified anytime a new video comes out, click that notification bell. Thanks for joining me. Bye!